Hello everyone, Lock Garden Bird Lady here, coming with you guys with a quick video. And I'm not sure if you saw my last video, but my last video was a fall garden too, so go check that out. And I did tell you that I was going to do a video on the ghost pepper, and while I'm out here, why not? And again, bleachy shirt, I'm doing work in the garden, old clothes. All right, let's jump into this thing. All right, so all this here, besides that back there, those tomatoes, these are my ghost peppers. It is November the 28th. And these peppers are they're still going strong. This is my first year actually having them produce, because usually when I pull up all my other peppers, I pull up ghost peppers as well, and I've never had them produce for me. Now I see why. I need to just leave them be. I just need to leave them alone and just let them continue to go. And they actually need a longer growing season is what I realized, because I planted them the same time I planted my other peppers. My other peppers were producing prolifically, but these peppers right here, they were well, it took them a while to even take off and start growing. Then they started growing into this big bush, and eventually they started getting flowers, and I'm like, okay, the only reason I didn't cut them down this year was it was a fluke accident. If you saw my transforming mine to pepper bed video, is all my peppers were on the other side of my garden. They were over there with all that lettuce is, and these, were just over here by themselves in front of the tomatoes, and I wanted to leave the tomatoes up for a little while, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not even gonna mess with these peppers. But let's talk about these peppers. These peppers are either the number 1 or the number 2 second hottest pepper of its type in the world, of its type. And they are beautiful peppers. Look at those, just the texture of them, they're so beautiful. Gonna pick some today. And as you can see, this, I need to tie this up, but like I said, I wasn't planning on leaving them out. I'm leaving them growing this late in the season. But we've had frost and everything, and they're still going. See, these right here need to come off. They're starting to crack. What I would tell my husband to come to pick some. I like to let him pick some stuff. But what the thing is about these peppers is, do not grow these peppers lightly. Like, my hands, it smells hot. Do not grow these peppers lightly. Do not eat these peppers lightly, because these peppers can cause a lot of damage. They're so hot. My husband loves hot things, and I'm like, okay, these peppers are not that hot. He tasted them when they were green. When they're green, they're not as hot when they're green. When they turn red, yeah, that notifies you that the fire is in. The fire is on. Because I figured that since they weren't that hot, I mean, common sense should have told me they would be hotter when they were red, but I'm like, okay, whatever. I made him an omelet with them. He bit into the omelet, and I mean, nose was running, tears coming down, just everything, just sweating, to where they were just that hot. And he eats hot stuff all the time. He just sits and eats peppers, just plain peppers, and they were just that hot. I made some pepper sauce that I gave to my dad yesterday, and he got some of the sauce on his hand, and he went to wipe his face. Like, this was like maybe minutes later. Got some pepper sauce on his hand, washed his hand, went to wipe his face later on in the day, and it was so hot it literally burned his skin on his face. So I say, with warning, handle these peppers with care, even with picking them. If you get anything on your hand, wash your hand ×4 to make sure you get that that juice off, because I did that. I had got some of the juice from the peppers on my hand, washed my hand really good, really well, and I went to put something in my mouth, or I tasted something on my hand, I can't remember, some kind of way, and then like my mouth was on fire, and I had washed my hand a long period of time to get that juice from the peppers off. So if you grow them, I will definitely say they should come with a warning when you grow them, because these are extremely hot. Like I said, some got on my dad's hands. He washed his hands and touched his face, and it still burned his skin. So they're beautiful peppers to grow. As you can see, they are very prolific peppers. Like, they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. They're all growing on the ground. Like I said, usually I would tie my peppers up and not have them growing on the ground like that, but because I wasn't planning on letting them grow until the end of, well, it's almost about to be December now. We're what, 2 days away from December? Wasn't planning on letting peppers grow in December. What peppers grow in December? They're the pride of my garden right now because I've never grown them before. I've grown them before, but I've never had them produce for me before, and I'm very proud of these peppers. I will never eat one of these peppers. I'm just going to continue to make pepper sauce. I don't recommend that you eat these peppers. If you handle them with gloves, I would say. And even if you handle them with gloves, make sure you wash your hands really, really well afterwards. If you get any of these peppers on your hand, do not touch your face, your skin, your eye, anything, because like I said, my dad burnt his face by just touching his face after some of the pepper sauce got on his hand. So yeah, but that's the ghost peppers, and just want to share that with you guys. And if you have any questions or any other peppers, I know the #1 pepper is the Carolina Reaper. I'm gonna grow that one next spring, just because, you know, I just want to experience growing the pepper. Yeah, I'm growing Carolina Reaper next year. But if you know I know there's a scorpion pepper as well that's pretty hot, but I know that the ghost pepper for in this category is either the first or the second hottest pepper. But thank you so much, guys, for watching, and as usual, toodaloo, bye bye.